Hey everyone. In my last video, I explained the differences between the FU pick and the FME pick from Covert Instruments. Today's video is going to be a little bit different. Now, before I continue, I have to give a little disclaimer. What I'm about to explain to you is in no way supported by Covert Instruments. I'm doing this of my own volition, so if you choose to follow and go through with what I'm about to show you, you are doing so at your own risk and at the risk of your tools. So now with that out of the way, I'd like to introduce you to the FML, or at least that's what I'm calling it. It's not the official name. This is a merge of some of the picks from the FU pick and some of the picks from the FME pick. And I call it the FML because if you mess this up, you'll be saying FML, but also it's the folding merged lock pick. So if you look at the FML here, you'll notice I have the first 4 picks from the Reaper set. These are some of my favorite hooks and some of my favorite picks, but I also wanted to have some rakes in my set. So I moved the quad rake and the quint rake from the FU pick to this. So today I'm going to show you how to take apart your FU pick and your FME pick and create the FML. Let's get started. Okay, before we get started, there's going to be a couple tools you're going to definitely need. In your Covert Companion Pro, you got this packet of extra parts, and inside there is this hex wrench. You're going to need this. This is actually the same size hex wrench that you can use on your FU and FME picks. We're going to need to go ahead and go to our Covert Companion Pro, and I'm going to need to get out my FU pick. I'm also going to open a new FME pick here. And the last thing that's not required, but I highly suggest it because it's going to make your life a lot easier because we're dealing with very small parts here, is a pair of tweezers. And you'll see why I use those here in a second. So to get started, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to disassemble the FU pick. Now there's a very specific way I suggest you do this. The first thing we're going to do is we're only going to remove one screw from the side. So when I talk about the spring side or the lever side, I'm talking about this part right here that releases the locking mechanism. We want to leave the screw next to the locking mechanism alone because this screw helps hold this locking mechanism in place, and it's just going to make your life way harder if we remove this. So we're going to start by just removing this screw. Now I'm going to do the entire disassembly and reassembly of one of the picks, but I'm going to reassemble the other one as well. So I'll technically have 2 different styles of FML, but I'm not going to make you sit through both of them. But I want to go through this entire disassembly and reassembly so you have a step-by-step instruction. Okay, so that's the first one we're going to remove. The next one we're going to remove is this one here in the middle. Now, I want to show this real quickly. It's going to be hard to see, but I'm going to try to show it. These 2 screws are exactly the same length, okay? So if these 2 get swapped up, it's not a big deal. But this last screw we're going to remove, which is what holds the picks in place, is a shorter screw. So you must take account for that and not mess these up when you put them back. So I'll take this one out, and then I will show you the difference in size. And you'll notice I have not even loosened this one yet. That's for a reason. We're trying to keep this together as much as possible. Okay, and there is the screw that holds the lock picks. And you can see this one is slightly shorter than these 2. It's just something to keep in mind. So when you reassemble them, you're making sure you're putting the right screws back. So I'm going to set these up here in the corner and out of the way because I do not want to lose these. Like I said, there's lots of little parts, hence the FML. Okay, now the next thing we're going to do is we're just going to give this like a half a turn to loosen it, and that's it. Now, I suggest you rotate away from the spring. You can go any way you want, but this is the way I've done it and the way I suggest it. So we're going to lift this and just move it forward like this. Now, it's very important for me to point this out. There is going to be a wavy looking washer right here on top. If you don't see this wavy washer sitting on top of your lock picks, it is because the lubricant that is on this has made it stick to the underside of this. So you will need to go underneath here and flick it off or get it off the bottom of this. I was lucky enough that it actually stayed here, but if you don't see a washer sitting on top of your lockpick stack, it is underneath this scale right here. So the first thing I'm going to do is get this washer and move it out of the way. And this is why I want the tweezers. Okay, well, I got the lockpick off with it. That's fine. What I like to do is set the lockpick in order up here, and then I like to move the washer down below it so I know what goes with what. So the next thing I'm going to do is take this one out. And there's two ways you can do this. You can try to get the washer off by itself, which is really hard to do, or you can just take the lockpick out. So you might want to just rotate one out like this and then slowly move it up. Now, don't go fast, because if you fling this washer might go flying. Now, there is, again, a slight amount of lubricant on here, so that's why it's sticking. But if you fling this off, it could go flying. And if you lose this washer, Covert Instruments will not send you a new pick, and they will not send you washers. We do not have replacement parts for these washers. So again, you're doing this at your own risk. So I like to set the pick up here, and I'll just move the washer down below it. And we're going to do that for the rest of them. Now, if you want to be a heathen and you are someone who's very, very impatient, you could try taking this whole stack off at once. I do not suggest that. Okay, here's something that might happen. If you notice, there's two washers over here. That's because the washer that would normally sit on this pick stuck to the bottom of this one when it came off. That's fine, but if you ever take one off and you're like, hey, there's no washer here, it's probably on the bottom of the lock pick you just removed. So I'm just going to move this one over here and then take this washer off and move it down a little bit like that. Okay. And then I can get this lock pick off next. And the further down you get, the harder it gets to get them off because you have further up to go. So no washer stuck to the bottom of that one. That's good. So we'll put that up here. And now we're getting down to the last two. So get this one off, and there is a washer sitting on top of it. So we got to be careful and just double check. And see, the washer came off on the back of that one. So this one has both washers on it. So I'm going to start by getting the bottom washer off just so I know I can account for it. And then I can set this one down and drag it off. So there we go. And then I just need to get this last lock pick off. And there's another washer. There's one more washer. Now this one, instead of just setting it down on the table, it's got to stay in here anyways. So I'm just going to set this down. And then I'm going to place this washer back over this post, just like this. And when you reassemble it, that's when these tweezers come in handy. Now, I set this up like this over here because it's easy for me to remember that the washer that is below this pick goes on top. So this washer goes on top of here, this washer goes on top of here, so on and so forth. And the very last one you should put on should have this crinkle to it or ripple to it. I'm going to show you the difference up close here between them. So you can see how this one has kind of a crinkled texture to it. You want that. That's the very last washer you put on. All the rest are these smooth washers. Okay, so this one's now done. I'm going to go ahead and take this body and I'm just going to set it off to the side here. Now I'm going to bring my FME pick in and I'm going to repeat exactly the same steps. So we do not touch this screw. We're going to go ahead and take this corner one off. Set that over there. We're going to take the middle one off. And make sure you get the tool in properly, otherwise you can strip these screws. Okay. And then we're going to take this last one off that is going through the actual lock picks. All right. Again, this is the shorter one, so I want to make sure I keep track of the shorter one. And now I'm just going to give this one down here a half turn just to loosen it. Like that. Okay. And now, just like before, I'm going to rotate this forward and there. So this time, the washer fell off on its own. Again, not a big deal. Just keep track of it. And we're going to move this one up here like that. Now we're going to go ahead and disassemble the FME pick. Oh, that one just popped off, but I don't see a washer, which means, yep, there it is. It was stuck to the bottom. So again, the hardest part here is not losing your washers. I cannot reinstate that as enough, because this is where you're going to mess up, is losing your washers. And they are tiny pieces. So make sure wherever you're doing this is a clean working environment where there's not a lot of clutter, so things don't get lost. Okay, so that one's good. This one came off with it, and the one on the bottom came off. So I'm going to take that one and put it there, and there's the other one. Again, like I said, washers are where you're going to lose your parts. Okay, we can go ahead and take these off. I'm going a little quicker on this one just because you already saw me do one. That one came off. That one's good. Let me just make sure I don't have a washer on the bottom of that. I do not. Okay. Oh, it's stuck here on the top of the post. There we go. And then we get the last pick off. And the washer is still on the post, it looks like. Just verifying that, because sometimes you'll see a ring on the back from the lubricant, but you just want to make sure that all your washers are still there. Okay, the washer is still on. So now you have to decide what picks you want to put back together in what order. For me, I'm going to make what I showed you before, which is going to be the Reaper 1, the 2, the McTickler, the 3, and the 4, and then a quad rake and a quint rake. That's what I'm going to assemble for you here now. So the first thing I'm going to do is again, make sure the washer that's here is still there. The bottom washer is still on. Then you're going to take your quint rake. And again, the tops of all the picks, so the pointy part or the business end, face this bottom spring. Don't put them on upside down, otherwise the locking mechanism will not work. It only goes on one way. And the other thing I want to point out is if you look at the spring here, this little notch is what engages on the locking mechanism. That goes into this little groove right here. I find it easiest to put the pick down like this along that groove and then rock it onto the post. You might find an easier way to do it, but that's how I found it the easiest way to do it. Then I just use the tweezers to push down on the pick like that. Then I pick up the washer with my fingers. I use my tweezers to pinch it on. I try to get it over that post like so. Stuck to my fingers. And the lubricant may make it stick to your fingers, so keep that in mind. Oh, there you go. That's what I'm warning you about. Okay, so put it on like that. And then we do our next pick. And again, I'm going to do my quad rake now. There we go. And then we're going to take the washer from the quad rake. Okay. Now, I am done with these picks. I do not want any more of these picks. This is from the FU. I'm done with the FU. I'm going to move the picks I don't want from the FME over with the FU in the order that they'll go back in, because I'm going to put this back together as well, which means this one will be all hooks. Okay, so now these picks over here, I'm done touching for now, and I'm going to focus over here on what's left from the FME Reaper set. So I'm going to take the next pick, I'm going to place that on. And I'm sorry this is a longer video, but I wanted to make sure that you guys had a full step through on this and not just me skipping through this video footage really quickly. And then we're going to go ahead and put the washer on. Make sure that's seated. Grab the next one. Grab that washer. And sometimes it'll stick to your finger just because of the lubricant that's on them. And it can actually make it easier to pick them up. Definitely shouldn't have had all that caffeine before this video. Okay, next pick goes on. Next washer. There we go. Oh, come on. Almost had it on there. There we go. And then the last pick. Okay, so that is the full picks reassembled. We just need this last washer. Now the post that holds the pick does not stick out very far past. I mean, there's a very, very small amount. So when you place this last washer on, you're really just kind of setting it over the hole. You can try to catch it on that little bit of post that's sticking out, but it's not really going to be enough to catch it. So you're going to try to get it on the best you can. You're going to swing this arm over and importantly lift it up and over. And then this is going to be the very first screw we put in. And again, this is the shorter of the 3 screws. So I'm going to preload it onto my hex wrench here so it's easier to guide on. Well, maybe it's easier to guide on. Again, why I have the tweezers, it just makes easier working with this because you can kind of line the hole up and the washer on that hole there. Come on. There we go. Very small pieces. Okay. I'm going to screw that on. Do not over tighten the screw. Just tighten it down till it stops. And then what I like to do is to tilt the whole thing and tap to make sure no washers fall out. That way you know you got them all in and you're good from there. Now it doesn't matter what order you put them in. I like to do the corners first just to make sure for stability purposes. But it really doesn't matter at this point. They're the same screws. And you have the opposite corners in, which are what hold the mechanisms together. So that's the important part. This middle one is the pivot arm. So you want to get it in, but it's not like crucial because you still have this one we didn't touch. Again, just tighten this down or like just till it stops. Don't over crank it. And then the last one as well. Okay, once I have that reassembled, now I'm going to go back and on this middle one, I'm going to give it a little extra turn till it's tight. That's tight. I'm going to do the same thing with the one I loosened in the bottom right corner till it's tight. And then the top one till it's tight. There, it's tight. Now, this is when you test it. And you can see right now, it's super floppy. And that's because we didn't tighten this one down. Now, whether or not you're doing this or not, if you have an FU or an FME pick, you can use this screw right here to adjust the tension or the stiffness of your picks. So this is going to be a thing that you adjust to your liking. So I'm going to go ahead and tighten this down a little bit, just like that. And now I'm going to test it again. Still too floppy for me, so I'm going to tighten it down again. Okay, and now let's check it out. Still a little loose. I want it tighter than that. And then I'm also going to tighten this one down a little more. There. Now we have it at where I like it. So we're good to go on those. So I'm going to close these up. Put them over here. And now we're going to go back to assembling this one. Okay. So again, I'm going to speed this video up because you just saw it. I'm going to assemble this, but this will be fast forwarded through. I'm just going to make a few quick points before I do that. Make sure your first washer's here. And then it goes pick, washer, pick, washer, pick, washer, pick, washer, pick, washer, pick, washer. And then we screw it all together. So enjoy the fast forward. Okay, I'm just going to go back and tighten these up now. Check the tightness and the looseness on this. Okay, now these I made way too tight. Like, this is way too stiff. So I'm going to loosen this screw up a little bit. Check it now. There we go, much better. Okay, so now here's the other one I made that is nothing but hooks. So we have two versions of the FML here. This is the FME pick, but it has the quad and the quint from the FU. And this is the FU pick, but it has the Reaper 5 and 6, right here, 5 and 6, added to it. So that is how you create the FML pick. Once again, I'm just going to reiterate, this is not supported by Covert Instruments. You're doing this at your own risk that you might lose parts. But if you choose to do it, let me know down in the comments. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you found it informative. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more content like this, please subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.